Yo, what up, what up, what up? Boy, Big Brandon Carter. We live in this bitch. You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is. Listen, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't never been this late. It's a new record, but that's what we do here, man. We break records and shit, man. You know what it is. Let's start the show. Yeah. What up, what up? It's another episode of that Victory Talk. The first and only podcast 100% dedicated towards helping you build your money muscle mindset. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, alongside my podcast producer, engineer, co-host, the homie Nima, straight out of Iran.
Let's go.
You know what it is.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yo, we got a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about today, man. We got there's a lot to cover. All right, you know what I'm saying? And this is gonna be about leveling up. This is episode 91.
Yes.
Episode 91. Man, they said it wouldn't last as long. You know what I'm saying? The haters try to say it wouldn't last as long, but we still here. Listen, before we get into the teaching today, I first gotta address our sponsors. All right. So the first sponsor for this episode of Victory Talk is the newsletter Big Money Methods. Make sure you subscribe. It's fire. It's lit. This is a newsletter. Me and the homies, we write and we put out, and all you got to do is subscribe. Subscribe now. Twice a week, you're going to get sent an email with articles to help you build your money muscle mindset. And a lot of them are written by me or the homies, right? So this is one I wrote, 4 books that made me rich. I should have wrote as fuck, but you know, the editors said how to rewire your brain for success. Another one I wrote, the homie Chris wrote about how to use AI to get this money. You know, it's a fantastic newsletter. Make sure you join right now. There's going to be giveaways for newsletter readers later on this year. So you do not want to miss out on that. Now, second sponsor is long-awaited product that's about to be brought to market. This has been in development for almost 2 years now. All right. This is Thot repellent. All right. This is the easy to apply spray that keeps the hose away. All right. These Thots will fuck you up, man. They'll fuck up your whole life. Your whole shit. Fuck your whole shit up, man. All right. They out here getting pregnant on purpose. They lying on motherfuckers, man. It's an epidemic out here. You got to stay away from. All right. And this spray will help you. See, it doesn't keep all women away from you. Only whores, stank whores, slut whores, sluts, tramps, skeezers, Jezebels. And to keep them away from you for 24 hours, right? So you just spray this in the morning before you leave the house, or what I like to do is to spray it around my house, make it like a barrier, spray it around a perimeter, right? So I have to spray it on the balconies, man. Hoes will be scaling the walls, trying to get in for this baller shit. You know what I'm saying? It's very important, right? Now, listen, some of you guys are going to get this. It's going to be out. It's going to be out later this year. Not long from now, sooner than you think.
Yeah, we're just finalizing the packaging.
Yeah, we're just getting the packaging ready. Yeah. They think we lying, but it's really coming out. But with your help, we need your help. All right. Every one of your super chats, the money goes towards research and development for Thot repellent, so we can get this out to the market as soon as possible. Because listen, every day a baller falls victim to some Thot. All right, whether it's a unplanned pregnancy, or you know what I'm saying, some chick divorcing this motherfucker for half his dough, some false allegations, man. You don't want that to happen to you, brother, man. That's why you need to make sure that they don't have access to you. And the only way I know to ensure this is with Thot repellent, because some of them, clandestine, right? There's some undercover thoughts. They're in your churches. They're in your churches, your mosque. They're in your they're in the libraries. You know what I'm saying? They all around amongst the general population, masquerading as good women. But deep inside, man, they thoughts, man. These bitches got only secret OnlyFans pages. They got they undercover escorts, part-time escorts. Real talk, man. See all these chicks on Instagram, and all of a sudden these motherfuckers is real estate agents, man. But they never posting no houses. They just posting vacations and private jets, but they real estate agents. I'm like, I don't know, man. I bet you walk around one of them wearing some of this shit, bitch start going into convulsions, foaming at the mouth. Right? This way you have on this, man. It's almost like thought detection as well. You think you got a good girl, you go over it, y'all go out to eat, man. Oh, I love this girl. Only way to know if she's the right. How do I know if she's the right one? I gotta spray myself down with thought repellent. And then if she goes into a seizure on the date, oh man, thanks, Brandon. I died. You helped me dodge a bullet. I'd have let this thought infiltrate my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's where all your super chats go towards. And you're really going to need it. You're really going to need this product because, listen, once you join the Victory Unit Discord, right, which is the Discord community that accompanies this podcast, man, there's free courses in there on how to build your money, muscle, mindset. We in there giving out free advice. I'm going live in there multiple times a month, answering your questions. I'm helping y'all get to that next level, right? And once you soak up all that game and start implementing it in your life, man, next thing you know, you more ripped, you more shredded. You got more confidence than you ever had. Maybe more confidence than anyone in your family's ever had, right? And you're balling or balling out of control. Next thing you know, man, when one of these thoughts see you, should be thinking, that's my next victim, brother. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna need that thought repellent. So a super chat is not a donation to me, it's a donation to your future, brother. It's a donation to your future. You know what I'm saying? In fact, there's some heroes who have already left super chats. I think they need to be acknowledged for their contribution to this community.
Yes, sir. Okay. We got Dylan just saying thank you.
Oh, you know, I just want to say you're welcome.
Yeah, just donating. We got a busy back.
Oh, El Busy. He's back.
Yeah, he's back. What are the best credit cards? I was thinking of applying for Delta Platinum airline card for the benefits. Bro, I'm working 3 jobs and got the police exam coming up and investing. I'm not going to let Martin Luther King down.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up for sure.
We have the video for that.
Yeah, we have a video on that. You should check that out, El Busy, because it's more than I can go into right now. If you are going to fly a lot of Delta, then that might make sense, that card, but you should watch that video to make sure you get the card that's going to benefit you the most, right? Because that's important. We all have different needs and aspirations and different things that, someone who doesn't fly Delta, it may not benefit them, man. Yo, Delta's the only time I ever seen a black pilot.
Really?
Yeah, it's only on Delta. I don't know why.
Interesting. I'm
sure they exist, but like the first one I seen was on Delta. I seen this nigga. I was like, "What? You gonna drive the plane, nigga?" To no one's surprise, the flight was late. All right.
All right. Okay. This one. Mm-hmm. He's back again.
Oh, he's back again. Back at it.
Yeah. It's a BBC big homie. I'm thinking of taking my tax return investing into Section 8 property.
All right.
Is this a good idea? I'm getting 4 G's back, or pay off 3,000 credit card plus I fired my Uber earnings.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a lot of debt, man, you definitely sometimes. I mean, depends, right? How that debt is affecting you, right? Like if it's something that's hanging over your head, then maybe you should pay it off, right? But if it's like something you can deal with and you're paying it off in a reasonable way and it's not affecting you, because like, I don't know, I know Dane Ramsey says debt is bad, but I'm the type of motherfucker. I do this thing. Like if there's a payment plan, unless I can save a lot by paying in full. If I can save a whole lot, I'll do it. But I'll take a payment plan, I don't know, maybe 50% of the time if it's not a huge savings, because I can use that money to flip, right? Like let's say something, I don't know, arbitrarily was fucking 100 grand, right? But I save 90 grand. I save 10 grand if I pay in full, right? They'll charge 90 grand for full or 100 grand for the payment plan. In that case, I'll probably take the payment plan because it's just how I think, right? It's just, oh, with that, you know, whatever payment plan say is, I don't know, $10,000 a month. With that $90, that 90K, like I can flip that shit. I can put it into something and I can flip it because I know how to fucking flip money. And I'll end up netting more money in the end, right? So, but it depends on you. Do you have? I don't know if you have that skill set or not, right? It may make sense to invest that money if you don't need to pay it off, right? It's unpopular opinion, but it may make sense to invest that into something that will increase your income. Whether it's, and I'm not telling you got to do Section 8 or anything, right? Like it could be anything. If you have a vehicle where you can flip that money mad times, then that may make more sense. But it depends on if you have the right vehicle.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We got our own Tony.
All right. Hey, Ron, what up?
Hey, Ron. BBC. Have MBA accounting with personal assets.
All right.
Pero my main money is from my business and goes into separate business account. Around weekly payroll from business account. Should I MBA my business account or transfer remaining money to the personal MBA?
All right. So here's the thing. The MBA accounting strategy was based on a book I read a long time ago called Profit First, right? And that book really helped me out as far as the way I run my business. And I took the exact same strategy and ran it for my personal business, but I changed some of the stuff and I called it MBA accounting, right? So I suggest, Ron, you read Profit First and then set that up for your business the way he outlines it in the book, Profit First. I think I have a video about it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you could check out the video. You could just check out the video instead of reading the book, you know? I'd be breaking shit down well, right? Or you can read the book. Do both, man. Do both. Don't live a life of scarcity. Do both. And then there's a part in Profit First where he says you have an account for owner pay. Instead of having the account for owner pay, this is the only. Instead of that, I just put that money in my income account on my personal side. Does that make sense? Right. So you want to run something similar for your business, and then the money you pay yourself from your business, you run that with MBA accounting. And the reason that's important because you said your main money comes from your business, which implies you have money coming from other places. So you still need one account to consolidate all of your different income streams.
I'm actually going to put the link to the video. Come
on, man. That's why Ema gets paid the big bucks. Here's a guy who's trying to secure job security. That's what I'm talking about.
I just put it there. It's one of the videos we did back, like before starting the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you want to do more super chats or?
Let's knock him out.
Okay.
Before we get into it.
We got Bruce Wayne back. Mm-hmm. Just love you, pops. Just.
Hey, man. Me gusta too.
Money Moves is back.
Money Moves.
BBC, how do you communicate in the corporate workplace when someone pisses you off? He asked us in one of the previous episodes. We didn't get the time to. Yeah. I was raised to go off on someone, which I can't do. So I just avoid confrontation altogether.
Yeah, I mean that's probably wise in the business world or in the corporate America, or just as an adult, right? Like I know it's real popular to be a fucking alpha tough guy right now and fuck people up and talk about how you fuck people up. But the truth is we're fucking adults, right? Like we got to be like physical conflict needs to be the last result. And for me, like I don't yell at anybody or raise my voice or get upset unless I plan on. Okay, listen. Here's the thing about aggression or loud language. Like if you go off on somebody, in my world, what should follow next is physical violence, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm very, I never like raise my voice at anyone, right? Because, you know, I don't know, if somebody raised their voice at me, I actually I typically get a little bit more quiet because I'm assuming violence is coming next, and I want to give them a chance to reconsider because this shit is about to go crazy. Like I don't think you should play with aggression, because almost all physical violence is preceded by aggression, right? Aggression and loud language, you know, mean words, right? Almost all physical violence is preceded by that. So like I just don't believe in raising your voice or yelling or getting loud with someone unless you actually plan on fighting them. So that's why it's super rare, and I'm super cautious about it, because like if we start yelling at each other, I mean, I'm not going to be like yelling at you like a fucking girl, right? It's just not going to happen like that. Like if somebody starts yelling at me, I'll probably get quieter. Like, are you sure this is, you know, in some way I'm going to convey that. Are you sure? I'm going to convey to this person, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because I'm not one of these motherfuckers who's going to have a shouting match with you. Because to see who can yell the loudest or come up with the wittiest lines, that's not how this is going to play out. And you need to be motherfucking super serious. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you, man. This got caught on film once. So I was filming something with somebody in Las Vegas. It was like a long time ago. And hold on, let me see if I can find it. And during filming, somebody got like this guy, he got like mad loud, and he actually like got in my face. And so you know, I'm not like fucking around when I say no. This happens. No, you might want to reconsider, homie. So, and I'm not sure he was okay. He was upset because he said, "Oh, we were cursing," and I don't remember cursing, right? But he said, "There's children around here," and like, mind you, it's on the Las Vegas Strip at like fucking close to midnight, right? So if there are kids there, what the fuck are they doing outside at midnight on the Las Vegas Strip? And some foul language is not the worst thing they're going to experience on the Las Vegas Strip. Like if you've ever been there are literally fucking ads for prostitutes, right? Like prostitution, like no, without exaggeration, strip clubs and prostitution on the Strip. So like some foul language is not the worst thing, but I don't remember cursing. However, I'm gonna show you what happened, how this played out. Because what this says is, hold on.
The thing is with this.
Oh, sorry. Got it.
There's things about that.
Where do you see kids?
The thing about that is that women's have something that's called buying temperature. Buying temperature. You know, and buying temperature can be.
He reconsidered. he reconsidered because it's like I just got quiet. He started yelling and he took a step forward, which I thought was super aggressive, you know. And I was like, "Are you sure this is what you want to do?" And then he was like, he took evasive action as opposed to taking it further. I think it was a smart move. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't say nothing. Because I actually wanted him to have a chance to say, "Hey man, if I was you, I'd reconsider." So I say all that to say, like, I mean, don't go off on someone unless you want to fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like unless you plan on fucking them up, don't do that shit. Otherwise, you lying, right? Because aggression, yelling at someone, yeah, that's what proceeds violence. Like almost all violence is preceded by aggression, aggressive language, aggressive behavior. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's like if somebody's yelling at me and screaming on me, I have to assume that they want to engage in violence. I guess I think I have to assume that. So I got to take them seriously, right? So unless you plan on fucking one of any people up in real life, which I advise against, you know, it's probably not worth it at the job. Like, what can they say at your job that would warrant you fucking them up and you catching a case and getting fired, putting your livelihood at risk and your ability to get hired? I mean, what can they say that would be worth that? However, you got to defend yourself, right? But you got to remember that most people are fucking punks, right? So somebody in the corporate office, they're disrespectful to you. They probably think that they can just do that shit and it won't get violent. I mean, it might make sense to let them know that that's not the case in a not threatening way. I don't know. You know what? I might not be the best person. I've never had a corporate job. I say all this. Matter of fact, forget everything I said. I'm the worst person. I remember when we first started the supplement company back in the day, and there was a manufacturer, and we had negotiated on the price of the supplement. Then the last minute, they said, you know, we changed the price. It's going to cost this much now. And I was like, no, man, fuck this shit. You know, and they were in Long Island. I was like, yo, I'm about to go to Long Island, Bryan. And this shit. You gotta remember, I wasn't far removed from a different lifestyle at the time. And then my boy, white boy Bryan was like, whoa, let me handle it. All right, man. All right. And then instead of me like going to see them, right, he just like sent them an email and got the price back. So yeah, I say all this. I'm not the best person to ask about this because I almost fucked someone up for probably something less.
You want to get into section or
we do? Is there another one?
There's one more.
Okay.
Tahir is saying 2024, plenty of money place to create. Should one aim at the one with the most scalability, most leverage, or one that gets money flowing quickest?
It really depends on where you are, right? Where you are in your journey. Like, how bad do you need money now, right? How bad do you need money now? How much, right? Because something that's super scalable, let's say some super scalable, like you want to fucking build a chain of restaurants, right? You're probably not going to be paying yourself a lot at first, right? So it's, I don't know. It depends on where you're at, man. You know, if I was you, I would get some fucking bread because the best leverage is a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most powerful form of leverage, right? Hey, matter of fact, I want to talk about making money. Would you like that, guys? Oh, real quick, before we get into the first segment, those of you guys who have been, you see me drinking Celsius because I've been pumping this shit. And what did me and Romulus say? We say, hey, man, every time it goes to the 200-day moving average, you should buy some. And I did that. Like I loaded up last time I went to the 100-day moving average, and I'm up 28% as a result because I loaded up. I'm telling you guys, man, buy the Celsius stock. I mean, buy the shit too, right? If you bought the stock, you might now you a part owner in the business. You should be drinking your own products, man. I'm getting high off my own supply right now, and they don't pay me. They don't pay me. They see me like talking about this, and they sent me some. But they don't pay me. They work for me. I'm part owner of this business. We're part owner in this business. This is a hostile takeover from the Victinators, man. We need to take over this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's get it. All right. Let's get into the first segment. This is oh yeah, the 10 mistakes. Which one is that? That's pick the one with the hardest beat. It could be either one. That's true. That's true. I think it's Habits of a Winner.
Let's go.
Yeah, man, that beat is so hard. Y'all should hear it in its entirety. That's only like a snippet. But Yo, like I'm gonna give that beat to Mike Rashid. He's going on his new album. Yeah, he's dropping an album, man. Y'all ain't know Mike can rap. I gotta talk to him today. All right. In this video, I want to break down the 10 mistakes people make when they're starting a new business, right? If you fuck up any one of these rules, I can guarantee failure. You're gonna waste money, fuck up your reputation, and worst of all, no, you're gonna waste money and you're gonna mess up your reputation because you're putting out fucking failures after failure. If you avoid these, my hope is that in this video, any of you guys who are starting a new business or want to start a business, you'll have a roadmap of things you can avoid so you don't meet the same fate. A lot of you guys may be asking yourself, hey, why should I listen to this guy in a tank top? Well, because over the last few years, I built several multi-8-figure business. Over the last few years, multi-8. over the last few years, I built several 8-figure businesses, and I've been balling and shot calling for a long time. It's all been documented over the last decade on the internet if you don't believe it. All right. And I'm not going to try to sell you anything. All this game is free because I want you guys to succeed, because I'm tired of being on the plane and I see my fans get on the plane, say that they're fans of me, and then go walk the coach. I'm like, God damn it, why are you blaming me? It's like, God damn it, I want to take credit for your success, not your average shit. It's back like when I used to have the fitness business. People like, oh, I watch your videos all the time, and they were fat. I'm like, hey, asshole, don't fucking blame me for this shit you call a physique. I am not responsible for that. Stop telling people you watch my videos, fat boy. You fucking on my rep. I need you guys to start balling. Balling harder. All right. So in order to do that, these are the 10 mistakes you need to avoid when starting your first business. All right. Mistake number 1. A lot of times you'll see people start a business and, okay. Mistake number 1, trying to sell people what you want to sell them as opposed to what they want to buy. Right. So I had a friend. Excuse me. I won't tell that story. So a lot of times there'll be a business owner. I see this all the time, and he's struggling to sell his shit. And I see a business owner, and he has this shit he's trying to sell, and he's super excited about it, about this fucking thing, right? But and he tries to offer it to people, and nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? They really don't like it. And this business owner is thinking, oh man, I love this shit. This is the shit that I love. Why doesn't everyone else love this shit as much as me? Right? Because it's an ego thing, right? Sometimes people, they put together this product or service before they even see if this is what people want, right? So what you need to do is think about, what you need to do is think about, you need to think about it like this. All right. First you got to think about what the actual people want. What people want. And I'm going to show you how you can figure that out. What people want what you want to do, right? And what you're good at. Right. See, a lot of first time entrepreneurs, they only focus on this, what they want to do. Oh, I want to do this, or I want to do that, or I want to come out with this product, or I want to come out with this service. Right. But that's not what's important. What's important in the marketplace is what the people want. But then it's like, do they want it from you? And they will want it from you if you are good at it. And then the area where all three of these things align is where you need to be, and that's where you'll make them. And that's where you'll make the money, right? So you have a lot of interests. Like, this is what you want. You already know what you want. But first, we got to see what do people actually want. First of all, right? You got to make sure it's a product or service that people want, right? And a big mistake that entrepreneurs make is they try to reinvent the wheel, and they try to do something that's so obscure or so different that nobody is into it, right? So a lot of times an entrepreneur will come to me with some idea he thinks is the greatest idea of all time, right? He thinks it's the best idea ever, right? However, he hasn't tested it in the marketplace, right? So one of the first things I'll do is I'll be like, well, who else is doing this? And if they say no one, that's how I know that this is probably going to fail, because he's not a fucking genius. He didn't come up with some shit. He didn't invent some shit that no one ever thought of. Odds are someone thought of that shit and it didn't work. So if he can't find any competitors, then we go on Google immediately and try to find competitors, right? And if we can't find anyone doing this, or if it's a small amount of people doing this thing, I'm like, bro, there's probably a reason no one is doing this shit, bro. There's probably a reason someone's doing this shit. I think instead of trying to find something totally unique, totally something that someone has never done before, do something regular and put your spin on it, right? Kylie Jenner didn't invent makeup. They've been doing makeup since the Egyptian days, right? There was literally Egyptians who would wear makeup, right? It's some old school shit. But she put her own spin on it, and she used her leverage in order to market it, and she became a billionaire, right? But it was off some regular shit. You get what I'm saying? She didn't have to invent anything crazy, right? When I had a supplement line, listen, and it was very successful, 7-figure supplement line. We had an exit, and it did really well. Listen, we didn't invent pre-workout. We didn't invent creatine. In fact, the creatine we were selling was like super similar to all the other creatines. There was maybe the only thing that made it a little different. It was micronized, right? So it wouldn't be like sand at the bottom of your motherfucking bro shaker at the gym. It was super fine, but you could get that shit anywhere, right? None of our products were like crazy different than anything you can get at GNC or the vitamin shop, but we put our own spin on it, and we had a unique ways of marketing it. But it was regular shit, right? It was regular shit. And the problem is, when you do invent something, it's way more difficult because there's no game plan, there's no path. You have to blaze a new trail, right? So and you have to be a pioneer, and pioneers get the arrows. Pioneers die, right? If you wanted to go from New York to California now, hey man, there's proven paths to get there. The first motherfuckers to go to California from New York, a lot of them motherfuckers didn't make it. They couldn't figure it out. They had to deal with the Indians and fucking animals they never seen. They didn't know what the fuck a buffalo was, man, until they ran up on them. And they didn't know what the climate was like. The shit was a fucking nightmare, bro. But then somebody else has already blazed that path for you, right? And you can just follow that shit. Pioneers get the arrow. And the only time I pioneered something was when I did, I was one of the first people to do online training, right? I started in like 2009, and we had to figure it out. It was way more difficult than it is for my students who I teach to build online fitness business. Because one, mainly because I figured it out for them. It's figured out, and they can just follow the blueprint and the game plan. And it not only did it work for me, but it worked for like thousands of other students. It stands to reason if they do the same thing, they'll get similar results, right? But that's if something they're interested in, right? If you hate working out, you hate fitness, then hey, online training is probably not going to be for you, right? Or if you a fat boy, let's say you love fitness, but you don't like, but you a fat boy, that's probably not going to work for you either, right? It's got to be all three of these things, okay? And so, easy way to do it. So, in conclusion, for this step, what you want to do is don't try to reinvent the wheel. Put your own spin on the shit. You get what I'm saying? I think, especially for your first business, you should enter a market that people are already in, right? And if it's saturated, don't worry about it. If you are really good at it, the cream always rises to the top. And throughout this video, I'll show you some more ways for you can stand out amongst the competition and beat them into submission. However, you got to make sure you avoid mistake number 2, which is trying to be everything to everyone. Okay. Now, here's an example. Let's say there's 2 doctors. One doctor is just a general doctor, general practice. Maybe he works at the urgent care or something. You can go see him. If you hurt your leg, you got a cold or an STD. You know what I'm saying? He's going to help you out. He's going to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. Then you got another doctor. He is a heart surgeon. Who gets paid more? Yeah, the heart surgeon, right? Because he's a specialist. Right, he's a specialist. Specialists get paid more than generalists. But what I see a lot of entrepreneurs try to do is, what they do is they say, hey man, they try to be everything to everyone. All right, so okay, hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna draw some people for this example. I know I'm an amazing artist. Just try to relax about it. I don't need all the praise from my art skills. Right. And, okay. So the fucking. So maybe this guy, maybe some people, different people like different things, right? This guy, he likes motherfucking triangles. This guy is into squares. This nigga fucks with trapezoids. And this motherfucker, all he really fuck with is octagons. Like he'll fuck with a fucking square if he got to, but his shit is octagons. He can't get enough of this shit, man. That's all he thinks about, right? So the fucking amateur ass entrepreneur, he sees this and then he's like, oh man, you niggas like shapes. Yo, I got this fucking thing. Wait till you see this. Here's what I'm going to do. Listen, I got this idea. I'm going to come out with this product and it's a triangle. It's a triangle, square, trapezoid, octagon thing, man. They got to love that. It's all of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll throw in some rectangles and shit too if they want that, right? The problem is, oh, okay. And then this guy's thinking, hey man, now I can sell to all these people. I can sell to everyone, right? But the problem is now the shit is diluted because now he's selling all this shit. But if I come through and I'm like, yo, homie, yo, you fuck with these trapezoids? You fucking with trapezoids? Like that's your shit? Psst. Yo, I am the best at making trapezoids. Like, yeah, that other nigga, he got trapezoids, but his shit. I mean, you listen, you can fuck with him if you want, man, but I am the trapezoid master. All I do is make trapezoids. I've been making trapezoids for the last 15 years. Matter of fact, here's some testimonials from my trapezoid customers, man. These other people just like you who love trapezoids and they don't really fuck with the other shapes like that. And listen to them. Hey, man, I bought Brandon's trapezoids and those... I bought Brandon's trapezoids and my life changed, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit saved my marriage. My kids are going to better schools, man. My family respects me now. And the other dude is like, then I show him another testimony, man. Listen to DeMarcus from Detroit, Michigan. And he's like, yeah, man, I seen them trapezoids. And I was like, nah, I was looking for a trapezoid. And then these other niggas, they do all types of shit, man. But when I got Brandon's trapezoids, oh shit, man, shit was crazy. Yo, check it out. Yo, ever since I got that, man, my credit score is up. All right. My kids are going to college now. My wife said his sex is better now, man. Everything is better now that I got Brandon's trapezoids. Yo, thanks, man. And then you see this, you the trapezoid, nigga. And you like, yo, shit, that other dude make trapezoids, but yo, Brandon's trapezoids? I mean, don't nobody do it like him. Don't nobody do it like him, right? And this dude's trapezoids may be good, man, but he don't specialize in it. You know what I'm saying? Who you gonna go with if you the trapezoid? Just think about it. The one who specializes or the one who got all types of shapes, right? Of course you're gonna go to the specialist. Now you can't sell to everyone, but you don't need to sell to everyone to make a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a specialist, right? Specialists always make more money. Specialists always make more money. And let me give you an example. You don't even buy everything from everyone. You probably have some sneakers and you probably have a suit, right? That you can wear. You probably wear your suit to weddings, graduations, or court, right? But do you want to buy a suit made by Nike? No. Now, I'm sure Nike has the technology to make a good suit. I'm confident they can pull it off, right? But you don't want a suit from fucking Nike. You want Jordans and black Air Force Ones from Nike, like me, right? You want your suit to come from, you want your suit to come from motherfuckers who specializes in suits. You get what I'm saying? You don't want the regular doctor, the same guy who, do you want the doctor who's helping people with strep throat, ear infections, and chlamydia? You want that same guy doing LASIK eye surgery on you, even if he can? He's like, oh, you know what, man? All right, yeah, man. All right, man. So I'm fixing this kid's broken bone today. I'm giving this person a prescription for his syphilis, and I think I can squeeze you in for a laser eye surgery later. Nah, man. I want the motherfucker who's all he does. If I'm getting eye surgery, I want the motherfucker who only been doing eye surgery for the last 20 years, right? He specializes in it. That's all he does. He's perfected his method, because this may come as a surprise to a lot of y'all, but I really fuck with my eyes and I enjoy seeing shit. I would like to do it indefinitely. So I don't want to put it at risk at all. Even if the regular doctors say, hey man, I give you a deal on your eye surgery, man. You know what I'm saying? Come in after the day, after I give you half off for your eye surgery. No, nigga, I don't want no half off budget eye surgery. In fact, I want to pay for the best eye surgeon. You feel me? Specialists get paid more. And then, but there's another thing you don't understand. When this trapezoid guy sees you, he can't price shop because you are the specialist in trapezoids. But this guy, this is probably the thing about this guy. There's probably a bunch of him who just fuck with shapes. There's a bunch of guys with shapes, but who fucks with just trapezoids, man? Nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys are getting this. However, you still have to make sure that you follow the next example. Just follow the next rule. The next mistake, you got to make sure you avoid the next mistake that entrepreneurs make is not having a USP. And the USP stands for unique selling purpose. Is that what it stands for exactly? Hold on. Is it premise, preposition, unique? Proposition. I knew I was right. Or right, it could be either one, right? I knew it. Okay. According to Google, unique selling proposition. So let me show you what that means. Oh fuck! How did I fuck this up? Okay. All right. So we already established that you have to have a niche, right? You got to be a specialist, right? Right. So you want to think about who you're trying to sell to, right? Again, you don't want to be everything to everyone. Like who do you want to sell to, right? And then what problem are you going to solve for them? Right? Because business is just problem solving. Every product or service is bought to solve a problem. Every one of them, right? I needed a wireless mouse so I could control the computer while I'm making these videos, and Logitech solved that problem for me. I needed a bunch of HD cameras, 4K cameras to film these videos, and Sony solved that problem for me, right? I needed a device where I can draw and talk to you motherfuckers, and Apple solved that problem for me with the iPad, right? All businesses, all they do is solve problems, and people exchange currency for that, right? So what problem are you trying to solve, right? The grocery store solves the problem of being able to get food without having to grow it or kill it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just there for you. Somebody already grew it and killed it for you, and then they put it in the grocery store, right? And like in our example before, our who was the guy who loves trapezoids, and we were ignoring everyone else. We were ignoring all these other shape motherfuckers, right? Oh, we were ignoring all these other shape motherfuckers. And the problem we were solving for him is he wanted the best trapezoids around, and we solved that problem for him, right? Now, the unique selling preposition means how are you solving that problem? Like, what is it about you? What do you do that makes you stand out, right? The way you solve that problem. For example, when I first started my online fitness business, right, I was focusing on young men, and I only focused on men, right? Didn't care what women think, right? Man, and not that I have anything against women. It's just, you don't need to focus. It's difficult to market to both genders simultaneously, right? That's why there's Old Spice deodorant and there's Shore deodorant, right? Shore's for ladies, Old Spice for the dudes. It's made by the same company, but they put it out on a different brand because it's difficult to market to both genders, right? Simultaneously, unless you have a multi-billion-dollar budget, right? So men, and the problem I saw for them is they wanted to get ripped. It wasn't guys who wanted to be pro bodybuilders. It wasn't guys who wanted to live longer. Like, I didn't talk about that shit. It wasn't guys who wanted to lose 50 pounds. I mean, it wasn't guys who wanted to lose 100 pounds, even though I knew how to train obese clients. It wasn't guys who wanted to be pro athletes, even though I have trained guys in the NFL. I marketed to one guy, one specific guy with one specific problem, but I solved that problem in a unique way, right? And I solved that problem with the ketogenic diet, a mix of the ketogenic diet and bodybuilding workouts. Right. And now check this out. Here's what happens, right? I didn't have to invent anything new, right? Remember we talked about the rules we talked about before. I didn't invent no new shit. It was personal training. I mean, and we can also add online here. That was like, it was the same shit. It was personal training. I just put a spin on it. But this works even now, right? Because now there's a lot of online trainers, right? There's tons of online trainers, maybe millions. But how many of them are focused on men who want to get ripped with keto and bodybuilding. I bet you can't name 5 of them motherfuckers, right? So already we're just focusing on men. Boom. I'm not competing with half of the competition. We're not worried about them, right? But then it's not all men. Remember, it was young men. I forgot to write that, but it was young men, like age 20 to 25. I mean, age 20 to 30. And the reason that's important is because your marketing, it's difficult to market to a guy in his 40s and a guy in his 20s because they want things for different reasons, right? So the marketing would look like totally different, you know? So I only focused on that, right? And how I did it. So, okay, so that's like it's not all men. It's only a portion of them. And it's only men who wanted to get ripped. Boom. So now it's even less of them. Right. So now I'm only focused on a small percentage of population, but then it's the men who wanted to do it with a mixture of keto and bodybuilding, which was my secret sauce. That's only like a sliver of this population. Right. This graph is the worst one I've ever made, hands down. But I only focus on a small segment of the population. Right. This little sliver right here. But here's the thing. When this guy who needs help with this problem and he wants it done this way, when he finds me, he can't price shop because there's not much competition. So a lot of people try to eliminate competition by doing something totally new. You don't have to do that. You just you figure out something regular that people already want, but you only focus on a certain segment of those people who have a certain problem they want solved, and then you do it in a unique way. Right? So what does that look like? I'll erase this shit. And that's what you got to figure out. You got to figure out how can you highlight something unique that you do? Like what makes you different than the competition, right? Because you don't want to compete with people on price. You want to compete on your unique way of doing something, but it's got to be something they already want done, right? Don't try to invent some shit, right? Just do the thing in a unique way, right? For example, my boy Bryan Mcginn, he started a video agency where he does videos for content creators and influencers. And he, instead of being like everyone else, every other video person, he knew it'd be difficult for him to compete with them. So he focused just on short form content, mostly TikTok, YouTube shorts, and reels. That's all he makes. He won't make no commercials for you. He won't make no long form content for you. He won't shoot your ads for you, nothing. All he does is short form videos, right? So he films and edits and produces my YouTube shorts, my TikToks, and my Instagrams. And they've been doing really well. Like all of them, he shot, edited, his team shot, edited, and uploaded. And he does the same thing for Grant Cardone and some other influencers. I don't know how much. He has NDAs with some of them, so I can't really say. But because he specializes in that, he can charge a premium, right? He only does this one thing, and he's a specialist, but it's not like some new shit. People have been editing videos for goddamn decades, right? And they've been doing it for influencers for decades, but he focused on this one thing, and now he has a 7-figure business, 7-figure video editing business. That he started with nothing. Like he wasn't like a rich guy. You know what I'm saying? But that he focused on influencers who have a business. It wasn't like anyone, right? Who wanted to grow their social media with short form content. And how he did it was focusing only on short form content for YouTube and for YouTube shorts, TikTok, and Instagram reels. $1 million business right there. So how can you make your shit unique in that way? Right. However, there's a risk, and that is mistake number. What number are we on? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this 4. Mistake number 4, trying to be too different. Right there. Trying to be too different. Now check this out. On this, it's a spectrum, right? So we have normal, and then we have wacky. Wacky. All right. Now, I'm going to explain this in ways I think you guys will get. Most of you guys, and some of you girls watching this, y'all like titties. I know I've been a big fan ever since, listen, the first thing I ever ate came out of a titty. Titties have been nothing but good to me my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So I grew an affinity towards them, right? Normal titties, normal. Everyone likes them. Everyone loves them. But you may be thinking, man, yo, how do I make myself different? Man, I got to come out with something so different, man. You know what? I ain't never seen this. Wait till they see this. 3 titties. Right? That's wacky. That's how you get two when you go too different. What you really want to be, you want to be kind of in the, you don't want to go past the middle. Like never go too different, because the too different is 3 titties. They just some wacky, zany. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to differentiate yourself. Maybe you can come with some big titties. Hey, maybe that's what you do. I don't know. Right? But not everybody's going to be into big titties. Some guys aren't. Some guys don't love big titties. Some guys like smaller titties. Man, it's whatever. It's okay. Just like this example. You want to be different, but you want to be something people already want, right? There's already people who want big titties. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people who prefer small titties. That's cool too, right? But I think this is going to be a very small demographic, right? This is when you can get too niche. You get too niche. I just don't know if there's enough tri-titty fans out there to support a business. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't know if there's enough. You'd have to do some market research first, you know. But not everybody loves big titties. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's cool. This is gonna be like your it's gonna be like your trapezoid. Well, most people like big titties. Not everybody likes small titties. It depends, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, most of you guys you'd still fuck Zendaya, and she's like way over here. You know what I'm saying? She's niche. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool, man. She's still been able to do well for herself, right? You want to find a way where you're unique but not wacky. Don't get too crazy, right? So come on, man. They one in the same. You know what I'm saying? This was the first. Someone says, how does it go from money to titties? Man, this was the first form of currency, brother. All right, let's get serious. Don't get too crazy. Make sure it's different enough where there's still a market for it, but not so different that nobody fucks with your shit. All right. I think we're at 5, right? Okay. Yeah. And the 5th mistake I see entrepreneurs make is they try to be too perfect and they wait until things are 100% perfect before they launch their product or service, right? However, The problem with that is to get good at something, right? To have quality. Right? Quality comes from skill. And skill comes from volume. There's something before volume, right? But the more you do something, the better you get at it. However, before you need that, I'll spell volume actually. Skill. I used to think that skill just came from volume. The more you do something, the better you get at it, right? I used to think that, right? However, there's a step that I didn't take into account. Oh, I meant to. Jesus. The step I didn't take into account was you need feedback. Right? Because you can just do something a lot, right? And you don't know if you're getting better unless you get feedback. You can think you're getting better. Like everyone loves you, like the same way you can stand the smell of your own farts, but everyone else thinks it's gross, right? You can think you're getting better just because you're working at it. And then you can start feeling like you deserve to be good, right? But you don't know if you're good or not. The market has to tell you if you're good or not. And this is how you get those people who are on American Idol and they've been singing for a long time, right? That wasn't the first time they sang, right? They've been singing for a long time, but they hadn't been getting feedback. They hadn't been getting feedback, and they go on. The first time they get feedback is in front of the American Idol judges at the tryouts, and we've all know how that works out, man. Some of them motherfuckers is awful, fucking awful. And you think, damn, how did this motherfucker think he was good? Because nobody told him he was bad. He was singing by himself, and no one told him he was bad. He didn't get the feedback. But once you get the feedback, then you can work on the criticism and then build skill. And then from there, you get the quality, right? It starts with the volume. And then once you get quality, then you'll be excited, and then you'll like want to do more because you're getting positive reinforcement. And it becomes it's what we call a feedback loop. It's a feedback loop, right? But if you wait till your shit is perfect, you think your shit is perfect. If you wait till you think your shit is perfect, you risk two things. One, you risk never putting shit out, right? Because you're trying to be too perfect. And the truth is, it'll never be perfect, right? But you're trying for this thing that actually can't happen, right? You're trying to get something, you're trying to put out something that's you're trying to do something that's possible, which is be perfect, right? And also, you also run the risk of you believing it's perfect or believing it's really good without the market, because it doesn't care. Because again, back in step one, it doesn't matter if you think it's good. It matters what the market thinks. So you could think it's really great, and your opinion is your opinion, right? I can play you my favorite song and you can think it's trash, right? And we're both right, because opinions are subjective, but the market will tell you what it thinks, and it's only the market opinion who it matters. You can think, it doesn't matter what you think about it. It matters what the market thinks about it, because the market is what's going to exchange currency for it, right? And as a business, you have to get people to exchange currency for your goods or service, or else you don't have a business, you have a hobby. And if it's a hobby, then you can skip all this because you don't need the feedback. But if it's a business, you need the feedback, right? And then you put it, and then you make it better based off what they have, with the feedback you get. Then you make it better, and then you do more of it. We've seen this movie before, right? Listen, a lot of us have iPhones, right? And everyone else is a dork. I'm just playing. I used to have an iPhone. I know, I just like making that joke. I mean, I'm just playing. I used to have Androids. I used to love them until my Note blew up on a plane, I mean, until the notes were blowing up on planes, and because I'm a frequent flyer, I had to switch phones. Anyway, when the iPhone first came out, it kind of sucked, bro. Right? I mean, it was cool and shit, but it didn't have copy and paste. It didn't have HD video. It wasn't perfect. So, but what they did was they put it out. People got excited about it because it was unique, right? But it wasn't perfect, right? They got the feedback, and what happens? They keep improving it. So the new one that's out now is way different than the iPhone 1. It's way different and way better because based off the feedback, they get better at making things. They learn what to do, and then they can produce quality. This is why the new iPhones are really good, and especially compared to the first one. But it's not that they're that much better at making shit. It's just they're that better. I mean, there's probably some of that too. They got better at making shit, but they also got the feedback from the customers to say, "Hey, we want HD video, copy and paste. We want a bigger one. This shit is tiny. I'm a fucking 210-pound man. What am I doing with this little fucking thing?" You know? And they keep getting better. So the irony is you're waiting for shit to be perfect, but it's only going to get perfect from the feedback. The feedback's going to make is what's going to get you closer to perfection. You know what I'm saying? What are we on? What number are we on? Oh, the next one. Nope. The next mistake I see entrepreneurs make is they spend time thinking about stupid shit. Let me explain. Right? On this graph, we have okay. On this graph, we have shit that won't make you money. Shit that makes money. Shit that makes money. That's at the top. Shit that makes money. At the bottom is shit that don't make money. Right? And then we have this graph, on this axis, we have fun shit. And then we have boring shit. Right? Now, there is stuff you want to kind of stay away from everything on the bottom of this graph. You know, you only want to do the things that are on the top of this graph, or at least focus on it, right? However, there's some shit in this quadrant that I see entrepreneurs fucking with a lot, and they spend a lot of time on it. And these things are logos, company names, bullshit like that. First of all, the company name. I've seen people sit around debating for fucking weeks or months about what's their fucking name of their company's going to be. It doesn't matter. I know you think it matters. I mean, a good name is worse than a bad name, but it doesn't matter. What the fuck is a Celsius? Who cares? Right? My computer is called Apple. It makes sense to you now because you grew up with it, but it's a fruit. Imagine you never heard of Apple before, and I said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna name my computer company after a fruit." I said that shit with a straight face. You'd be like, "Nah, that ain't it, player." You know what I'm saying? That ain't it. Nobody gives a fuck. What's a Google? It makes sense now because you've been indoctrinated in it. But initially, fuck is Google? Nothing. It's a collection of fucking random syllables, right? It's nothing, right? But it makes sense now. But I've seen companies spend so much time on this, right? Or logos. Hey, man, I'm a multi-millionaire. What's my logo? Do you know? No. Do you care? No. Who gives a fuck? No, I mean, a good logo is better than a bad logo, but a good logo is not gonna make you money, man. No one gives a fuck about your logo. No one gives a fuck about your company name. Obviously, you don't want to have your name to be. Listen, if you are selling Bibles, then you don't want your company name to be Big Titty Bible Company, right? Obviously, it can't be like egregious, but however, there might be a market for that. There might be a market for that, but I'd advise against it. if you I'd advise against it. I'm gonna be honest with you, but as long as it's not egregious, it doesn't really fucking matter. A good name's better than a bad name, and logos don't nobody give a fuck about your logo, bro. I promise you, that shit won't make money. You know what I'm saying? People only want to do the shit that's on the fun side, but the fun side is rare. It's rarely in this category. It's rarely here. This is where people don't want to do and they need to do, and this is, sales acquisition, customer acquisition strategies. Like, how you going to make sales? Oh. I didn't charge this. Customer acquisition strategies. The next one. Hey man, what you doing? Oh yeah, I can't charge it and do it. This is gonna die. Customer acquisition strategies. Goddamn client retention. Accounting. Right? You know what I'm saying? This is the shit you need to be focused on, not your fucking logo, dipshit. You know what I'm saying? Not your fucking logo. This is what you need to be focused on, the shit to make you money. But no one was focused. I seen people spend months on the name and the logo. You know what I'm saying? Especially with my online fitness clients. Yo, they be so fucking excited to show me their logo. I'd be like, I don't care if I ever see that thing again. No one does. Right. But I wanted to put it on t-shirts and sell t-shirts. No one's going to buy your fucking t-shirts, asshole. Right. They want online training from you, man. Nobody's going to fucking buy your t-shirts or your hats, dumbass. Fuck you mean, stupid? Yeah, I want your fucking t-shirt with your bullshit logo on it. Who gives a fuck? No one cares. But you see, the reason we like to do this because this shit is ego shit. It feels good to have a logo and a name and all that shit, man. Nah, man, focus on the boring shit. You'll make more money. All right. And then the next mistake people make is focusing on the wrong shit. Oh, the next mistake people make is they actually spend money on the wrong shit. I've seen people spend a lot of money. I've seen people spend a lot of money on a fucking logo. Then they say they don't have money for ads. I've seen people spend a lot of money on fancy office equipment. I've seen this shit. Fancy office shit. Don't nobody give a fuck about your office shit, man. Don't nobody give a fuck how cool your desk is, right? Yo, all your customers care about is how good your motherfucking trapezoids are, man. We don't give a fuck about your fucking desk or your fucking letterheads on your fucking stationery shit. I don't care about your fucking pen with your logo on it, dipshit. How good is show me the fucking trapezoids, man. That's what we care about. Think about it. This motherfucker wants to buy trapezoids. Is he going to, man, yo, I want to get trapezoids, man, but I really want to go to the place that has the best looking office, or Or like if they got some cool pins with their fucking cool logo on it. Get the fuck out of here, man. I seen that shit happen all the time. All you need to be focused on, customer acquisition, accounting, and client retention. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's it, motherfucker. Who cares about your logo is? Put that shit in fucking ChatGPT. Tell OpenAI to make you a logo. Pick the first one and let's go. Who gives a fuck? You can change it later. You can change it later if you get some feedback. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, man, listen, you're a Bible company, man. We don't think you should have, motherfucker. We don't think you should have an eggplant as your logo. I'll just be honest with you, man. It's not working with us, right? But you won't know that unless you get the feedback, man. Put anything out. All right. The fourth mistake entrepreneurs make, especially new entrepreneurs, they quit their job too soon, right? When I was building my first business, I had multiple jobs, 4 in fact, right? And, you know, as I made more money, I quit one, then I quit another one when I made more money. Then I quit another one, and I kept the last job. It was enough to support me until my other job was making twice as much, and I had 6 months savings, right? 6 months of expenses savings. That way, if shit hit the fan or if I fucked up, I'd have a nice cushion. And what that did was, it actually made me more confident, because initially I was scared. It's scared to quit your job, and the only money you make is the money you fucking go get. Right? Instead of somebody giving you that paycheck every month, it's scary, right? You stepping out on a ledge. But I was less scared because I had a safety net, right? Imagine you're walking across a tight rope. You want to do it with a safety net, or you want to do it where if you fall, you splatter all over the goddamn concrete, right? Yeah, you pick the safety net, right? 6 months of savings is that safety net. I never needed it, right? But just having it there allowed me to be bored. I think I didn't need it because I had it. Right, because it made me more confident. And then when I'm doing my sales and shit, I'm not all fucking thirsty. Like, I gotta have the sale. Please, I train you real good, daddy. I train you however you want. You know what I'm saying? No, I wasn't like that. You know, I was able to be more discerning and, you know, and maintain the price frame when I was selling, because I wasn't fucking thirsty. It didn't have commission breath and shit. You know, you gotta have that before you quit your job. Right. And it also helps with the next mistake people have when they start. It also helps with the next mistake people have when they start their business, is being too scared to even start, right? Yeah, you should be scared if you ain't got no fucking bread. If you ain't got a safety net, man, yeah, you walking out here blind. It's like having sex with a prostitute with no condom on, man. That shit should be terrifying. You know what I'm saying? If you're not even the first guy she had sex with today. Who's to say she let the other motherfuckers today hit raw as well, man? You should be terrified if you do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a condom, I imagine it'd be less terrifying. People do that every day, all the time. But how reckless would you have to be to fuck a prostitute with no condom? That's crazy. That's fucking psycho shit, man. That's what you're doing when you start your business without savings, man. It's like fucking prostitutes raw, man. Psycho shit. You got a death wish, man. You don't care about your future. Same shit. Exactly same. No difference. I mean, exactly the same. But the safety net, it will help you with your fear. And if you fall, hey, man, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be good, right? Just like if you... everything's going to be fine. And then the biggest mistake I've seen entrepreneurs make, let's say they did start their business, they're running their business without tracking their numbers. They're not tracking everything. They're not measuring things, right? Because it makes you money, but it's boring, right? It fits into that quadrant, and you got to do it, but almost none of them do it. You ever watch Shark Tank and you see these motherfuckers get on there trying to get a deal and they don't know their numbers? They almost get laughed out of the Shark Tank, right? You got to know your numbers. You got to understand it. And if you want to learn more about that, I have a video all about this exact issue. Go check that out right now. This shit was off the rails today. Do we have any super chats?
We have Naz the Gamer.
What?
Brandon. Hi, babe.
Hey, me amor.
Brandon, I see you balling. I need advice.
Yeah.
Dog. Got quite of the following on my socials. Naz the Cook. But prospects won't utilize my free services. They will join but won't do shit at all. Any tips on getting people to do what they're told?
All right. So the question was, he's got quite a big following on social, but prospects won't utilize his free services. They join, but they won't do what they're told. Okay. I'd have to know more about what he's giving away for free. You know what I'm saying? And what kind of volume he has, right? Because when you're giving away free stuff, we're expecting most of the people to not convert into customers, right? And it's okay. Like, you see how much free shit I give away, right? Like, think about how much free stuff I've given away, whether it's free videos on YouTube, for whole free courses. I got a free course in the description, Baller Mindset. You know what I'm saying? I got a free, you know how many people downloaded that? Thousands, like tens of thousands, right? Like we're approaching 100,000, right? I'm giving away free advice in the Discord all the time. In the Discord, it's like it's like 15,000 people in the Discord. It's pretty new, right? I have an email list, like Brandon Carr email list, hundreds of thousands of people, bro, hundreds of thousands of people on my email list. They had to get something free. They had to get something free to join my email list, right? That means I expect a very small percentage of those people to turn into customers. Straight up, I expect a very small percentage of those people to turn into customers. You get what I'm saying? It's like, with that strategy, it can work for sure, but that strategy, you have to really, it's like high volume. So I would need to know more, right? Like, how many people are we talking about? You know, because I have thousands of people. I mean, honestly, over the years, over the decades I've been on the internet, I mean, it's literally millions of people have consumed my free content. Like, I have over 1 billion YouTube views, 1 billion, but I don't have $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? So that means that a small percentage of these people turn into customers, and that's okay, right? It's always funny to me. Nas the Gamer, when people are saying, you know, when influencers try to sell shit, and like, oh man, you sold out, you're trying to sell something, man, he's trying to get money. He's like, they just want the free shit. I'm like, no, you should be happy this influencer is selling something, because he subsidizes your free shit. It's because the people who buy some shit from him allows him to put out the free shit for your broke ass, for your cheap ass. You should be thanking him and the people who are fucking buying this shit, because they fucking subsidize you. He wouldn't be able to do this shit. He wouldn't be able to put out this free shit, because he still got a family. He still got to put a roof over his head. He still has to fucking exchange currency for goods and services like everyone else. He's got to make money somehow. You know what I'm saying? Oh, motherfucker. Yo, so Nas, you're doing great. You're doing fantastic. You have over a 25% conversion rate. Right? If 75, that's fucking normal. That's fucking great. That is, Nas, that's outstanding. I'm telling you, that is those are fucking good numbers. Like, I think you have, it's normal. It's normal. Like, most people just don't understand how much volume it takes to make a lot of money. like legit volume. Right? I didn't get over 100,000 YouTube subscribers until I had close to 1,000 videos. You know what I'm saying? To get 100,000 subscribers, right? Like, I don't think people understand how much volume it takes to succeed at something. You get what I'm saying? Like, what, man, that's a 27% conversion rate, right? Yeah, it's 27%. It's like, that's fucking phenomenal. if I had Nas the gamer, if I had that conversion rate, I quite possibly, I might be a billionaire, straight up with all the free shit I've given up over the last 10 years. Right? That's fantastic, bro. It's not bad. You just maybe you just got you might have to adjust your expectations. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fantastic. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's fantastic, bro. And just keep that in mind and give out more free shit. And now it's just a numbers game, right? If you know that 20, now those numbers are going to probably change once you get more volume because he said 28. That number is kind of small, right? That number is kind of small. It's not, I don't know if that's statistically relevant. So I don't know if that you'll keep. I suspect if like 1,000, 10,000 people join, that number will drop dramatically. I suspect, right? But once you get a number that's statistically relevant, like a few thousand, and let's say you only get 5% conversion rate, at least you know that. Now it's just math. It's just math at that point, right? Now you got to see how now you got to then you can start running ads to see how many people will buy your free shit, right? And that's a lead. I mean, who will take your free shit? That's a lead. And then you see what your cost per lead is, and then you see your cost of acquisition, how much it costs for you to acquire a customer versus the lifetime value of the customer. And then it's just a math game. As long as the lifetime value is over the cost of acquisition, then you know you got a profitable business. That's what a profitable business is, right? So it's just math. But like that number is not even really statistically. It's a good percentage, but it's not enough people for me to say that it's going to be like that because 26 is just not statistically relevant number. But yo, congratulations on that, man. Pump them numbers up. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, y'all know today is it's me and my girlfriend's, you know what I'm saying? It's our anniversary. And and I'm still here with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here with y'all for the next 4 minutes. What's up?
They got 4 minutes.
Yeah.
We have iced out hammer Thor.
All right.
You speaking scripture today.
Thanks, brother. There's a lot of truth in that statement.
We have AD 2020.
All right.
Bro, just want to say your stuff will last generations, man. Like 2035, 2050. Your stuff is gold. Been following you since 2011. You are the proper G.
Damn, I've been on this motherfucker for a long time. That's what's up, man. Shout out to you, bro. You know, yeah, we out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm just saying, man. Consistency is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can stay consistent for a long period of time, I want you to know this. I want to leave it here a little bit. You know, it takes. I've never been the guy who had like videos that go viral all the time or like had big hits, you know, and I you don't need that if you have volume, right? I never, you know, some of my videos, like we posted a video the other day, got like 1,000 views, and you know, most people think it's a failure, but it's like, yo, I mean, I'm putting out the shit, and it was a good video. It was good. As long as I put out shit I'm proud of on a consistent basis, over time you're gonna have success, right? Consistency is legitimately it's legitimately undefeated. Consistency is undefeated. And if you could just keep putting the effort over a long period of time, but I think just like my man Nas the gamer, and it's not a slight to you. I think just a lot of people just don't understand the amount of volume it takes to succeed and stuff, right? But if you can really commit yourself to putting out stuff at high volume, whatever it is, whether you want to be influencer or you have a product or service, right? You put high volume for a long period of time, consistently, not sporadically, consistently. That's how you succeed. And that's how you succeed at everything, man. Fitness, like, you know, if you ain't, you know, if you only been working out for a few months, right? I mean, it's cool. You can get some changes, right? But the real changes come over like decades. You know what I'm saying? Like decades. That's when you really get that. Everything compounds, but you got to be consistent over those decades, right? Off and on, here and there, that shit don't count, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that shit don't count. You might as well have did nothing. Like I'd rather you do whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to succeed in. I'd rather you do nothing than be inconsistent with it. Because being inconsistent with that, what happens is you do just enough to fail, right? Because if you didn't try, you don't fail, right? So, no harm, no foul. You didn't even try, right? But if you're on and on, starting to stop, and then you do just enough to fail. And it's fucked up because it tricks your mind into thinking you did what what should have been done to succeed. And then you get bitter, resentful, and you become a fucking hater. That's how haters are made, right? You know what I'm saying? It tricks your mind into thinking that you did something that was going to be valuable, but the results only come from consistency in business, in relationships, in life, and everything. It's consistent. I'd rather you do nothing than be inconsistent because doing something inconsistency is a waste of time. Like when he said he's been watching me since 2011. It's like, fuck, man, that's a long time. You know what I'm saying? To be on YouTube making videos, like how many people from that era are still making videos? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gave up, right? And y'all watching me, and I'm still here because I'm still here. Not because I was so much better than all those other motherfuckers who tried and failed and quit. Not because I'm more talented or smarter than them. It's because I'm still here because I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where it comes from. It's the consistency over a long period of time. Even when you're not getting positive feedback, right? You don't give up. You take that feedback and you use it to find ways to improve. You know what I'm saying? But some motherfuckers, they put out one video and they quit. They try sales and they quit. It's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my boys the other day, he has a business and he hired somebody to fill this position that he needs, someone to be like the operations manager. And he had to let her go. He said, man, I had 2 operation managers, man. I'm feeling like, man, maybe this shit don't work. And I told him, I was like, yeah, man, the first 2 women I tried to have sex with, it didn't work, man. Should I have given up? Should I have just said, hey, I guess this heterosexual this heterosexual intercourse thing is not for me, like it's the exact same thing. Should I just quit when I was fucking 15? Because the first 2 said no. It didn't work out the first 2 times, but that's what y'all do with like shit. Y'all do with life. You know what I'm saying? Right? You didn't quit trying to have sex with people, right? You kept doing it until you did it. What if you took that same effort and put it in your goals? You don't quit until you get there. That's what I think you should do with life. And if you can't put in that kind of effort, then don't do that thing. Like seriously, don't waste your time. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just gonna make yourself look foolish and shit. You feel me? To help you with that, man, you need to subscribe to the newsletter. Big Money Methods, man. We're gonna help you make sure you don't fail. Right? That's what I'm trying to do. Big Money Methods. Subscribe to the newsletter. Links in the description. We can do some giveaways later on this year for subscribers, and it's free and it's very helpful. Check out this article, The 4 Books That Made Me Rich. I think you should check that out right now. And I gotta attend to my girlfriend because it's our anniversary. You know what I'm saying? And I will holler at y'all later. Peace.